after a bit more tidying, we have this. It may be ready to go. I'm short of a bit of trunking to go around the corner here, but I'll come back to this possibly. So what I've gone with actually is the split trunking with cloth tape at the end. You have to have some sort of tape around the end, otherwise it can pull off. But just at the end, that's quite neat, I think. Yeah, obviously it's easier to access individual wires if you haven't got to unbind the whole thing. Now hopefully I won't have to be doing any such thing, but sod's law, etc. So yeah, that's a lot tidier. And this thing you might have possibly noticed, and this is where the fuel pressure sensor was. Here is the fuel pressure sensor. Now the management system doesn't use this at all. It plugs into the end of the fuel rail. So I think I'm going to convert my fuel system into a return fuel system, which is a bit of a job. So this is basically a kind of spout that fits on the end of the fuel rail. So there will be a return feed going back down the car somewhere, which doesn't currently exist. Now the wiring is quite neat actually. I think I've retained. Bear in mind, basically this is the original Jaguar wiring harness. So one thing I've noticed is the quality of the wire is exceptional compared to stuff that I've dealt with before. The individual strands seem to be quite thick, very tough, and with thin wool insulation. So this type of thing, there's a lot more metal in that wire than you might imagine. So it takes up a lot less space, but it also seems to be extremely tough. This is 25-year-old wiring, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So that's why I'm using it. There's a few things still left which I don't need, like the plug for the fuel pressure sensor, which I haven't actually got. I could cut that off, I suppose. Might do at some point. One or two other things which I'm not really using. Of course I've had to convert the wiring from the massive old Jaguar electronic throttle unit, which means basically I've used the wires not as they were intended, but it's all written down. So now I've got this instead, which goes to a standard Bosch 73mm throttle body, which is mounted up here somewhere. So that's about right. Yeah, fairly pleased with that. There are still one or two loose ends, probably wires I don't need, to be honest. That's to do with the alternator, but still I think I'm just about ready to put the gearbox, which is over here, put that back on in preparation for it going back in the engine bay. Although, as you can see, there's some work in progress in the engine bay as well, so probably that's going to wait for a few days before that can actually happen.